Dear students, now we are going to study about the action of enzyme. As we know that enzymes are the biocatalyst, as they are working in human body, so that is why they are called as a biocatalyst. Now their work is like a lock and key mechanism. You know that one key can open a particular lock. Similarly, particular enzyme can act on a specific substrate. Now it is going to combine with the substrate and it is combining at the active site. Then what do the active site do? Active site breaks the chemical bonds of the substrate to form enzyme product complex, and then the enzyme is released from the product and enzyme is now free to bind with the other molecule of the substrate. As we can see over here that enzyme is not taking part in a reaction, it is going to just speed up the rate of reaction. So enzyme are going to make up the speed of the reaction. Now the question is, how do enzymes speed up the chemical reaction? What they do, there is a energy, and that energy is used to change the substrate into the product. If the product is at the lower energy level than the substrate, the reaction is exothermic. Exothermic means heat is evolved out. It requires no energy as it evolves the heat out and forms the product. So activation energy is the energy which is required to start the chemical reaction. And what the enzyme is doing, it is going to lower the activation energy. See, in this graph what you are observing, that if the enzyme is not there, then enzyme absence is going to make the substrate to utilize more energy so as to turn into product. But if the enzyme is used, then activation energy gets lowered. You can see over here with the enzyme and without the enzyme. So these are the factors which affects the enzyme action. These are temperature, pH, concentration of the substrate and presence of inhibitor. You know what are inhibitor? Inhibitors are those which speeds down the rate of reaction of the enzyme. They inhibit the activity of the enzyme. Now, factors which are going to affect the enzyme activity. Enzymes show highest activity at optimum temperature and at an optimum pH. Means that if the temperature increases or the temperature decreases, the activity of the enzyme declines. At lower temperature, enzymes temporarily becomes inactive, and at higher temperature, the proteins get denatured, means their arrangement gets destroyed at higher temperature, and as a result enzymes destroy. You know that the simple method of protecting our foodstuffs for a longer period is either to heat the thing, either to heat the foodstuff, or to keep it in a refrigerator. If we keep it in a refrigerator, then bacterial enzymes becomes inactive, and if we heat it, then enzymes are destroyed. So these are the factors which affects the activity of the enzyme. Inorganic catalyst works at higher temperature and pressure, but enzymes get damaged at the temperature greater than 40 degree C. Thermophilic organism means heat loving have enzymes which are stable at higher temperature up to 80 to 90 degree C. So these are the enzymes because of which present in the organisms make the organisms to live in a higher temperature. Such type of the organisms are called as a thermophilic organism. You can see that their enzymes are not getting denatured even at 80 to 90 degree C. So now what we are observing, if the substrate amount is low, then the enzyme is not going to give the action at a very fast speed. So with the increase in substrate concentration, if the concentration of the substrate is increased, the volume or velocity of enzyme action rises at first, then it reaches at the maximum velocity, but later on there is no exceed in the action even though there is a rise in concentration, because enzymes molecules are fewer than the substrate molecule. No free enzyme molecules to bind with the additional substrate molecule. What does it mean? That if we increase, suppose there are 10 enzymes and 10 substrates, so they are going to bind up. Earlier we say, suppose there are 10 enzymes and 5 substrate, so if we increase the concentration of the substrate, the action will increase. But now if we increase the concentration of the substrate more, now suppose there are 15 substrate and 10 enzymes, now there are no more enzymes to bind up with the substrate molecule, so there is a one point at which the velocity gets maximum, and later after that there is no further increase or rise in concentration, because the enzyme molecules are fewer than the substrate molecule. Now what is there? The binding of specific chemicals, they are called as an inhibitor. They shuts off the enzyme activity and they are called as a inhibition. The process is called as a inhibition. See, if there are inhibitors, then they reduces the activity of the enzyme, though they must not be present. If they are present, they are going to affect the activity of the enzyme, and then the enzyme will not be able to do its work. The inhibitor are those which are similar to the substrate, means that if the substrate structure is similar to the inhibitor, that enzyme can combine with the inhibitor instead of substrate. So such type of the inhibition is called as a competitive inhibitor. So who both are competing? Inhibitor is competing with the substrate. Why? Because substrate structure and inhibitor structure is same. So inhibitor is also competing for getting combined with the enzyme, and substrate is also competing for getting bind with the enzyme. As a result, substrate cannot bind and enzyme action declines. So you can see over here, the gray color is enzyme, substrate, inhibitor. Now inhibitor is combining with enzyme, and when the inhibitor will combine with the enzyme, you can see their structural changes occurs in the enzyme, and now the enzyme cannot combine with the substrate. Can you see over here? And in second diagram you can see that substrate and inhibitor, the active sites are same, so substrate is not getting combined and inhibitor combines with enzyme to form a inhibitor substrate complex. So these are the way how inhibitor stop the actions of the substrate. The very good example is malonate is similar to the substrate succinate. Malonate is an inhibitor, fine, and substrate is a succinate, and who is both are competing? Malonate and succinate are competing to combine with the enzyme succinic dehydrogenase. Otherwise, succinate combines with succinate dehydrogenase to form fumarate. But now the inhibitor malonate is present, and it will not let the succinate to combine with the enzyme. And when they will not combine, the fumarate will not form. Fine. So the succinate has a structure similar to that of a malonate, and malonate is a inhibitor. This is a very good example of competitive inhibition. Now, the classification and nomenclature of enzyme. This is very important topic of this chapter. These are oxidoreductase, dehydrogenase. What does it mean? Oxidoreductase means either there is an addition of oxygen, or there is deletion of oxygen, or there is addition of hydrogen, or there is a deletion of hydrogen. Transferase, hydrolase, lyases, isomerase and ligases. Transferase, you can see over here. Now Sg plus S dash. Now Sg has transferred the G to S dash. Hydrolase means addition of water. Lyases, you can see over here that XCCY has broken down into XY and CC. Then isomerase. Isomerase means their molecular formula is same, but their structural formula gets changed, like glucose and fructose, glucose and galactose. They are showing the phenomena of isomerase. Ligases. Ligases means X is going to combine with the Y by the utilization of energy. Energy is in the form of ATP. It will utilize, X and Y will utilize the energy. As a result, they will form a bond, and one of the phosphate group is utilized and rest is released in the form of ADP plus PI, that is adenosine diphosphate. Now in the next lecture we are going to continue with the classification of the enzymes. Okay.